Back to Tarot by the Bay, I'm David. All right, we're going to hit the immunity case here. Donald Trump has until Monday, it's Friday night now, to file this, his appeal with the Supreme Court. If he wanted to go en banc with the DC Federal Court of Appeals, they said they would allow him to do that, but that they would kick the case back to Judge Chutkan so that she could continue proceeding with her legal case. But so Trump's appeal to the full en banc, the en banc or the full Court of Appeals, yeah, that could happen, and they'll take their time to review it, but that's not going to delay the case anymore. Judge Chutkan's end. Now, Donald Trump is, as much as he's saying he wants full immunity, he doesn't really expect to get this. He's just using it as a delay tactic. So now going with the full DC Court of Appeals doesn't slow down the case. He's not going to bother with it. That's just throwing money away at this point because he knows he's not going to win that. So his other option is to bring it to the Supreme Court, which we will throw on that one, but I fully expect him to do that because he put 3 justices on there. It's quid pro quo time. They've already delivered for him in Colorado. Well, okay, they haven't delivered for him in Colorado, but between me, you, and the bug on the wall over here, yeah, he's going to be back on the ballot in Colorado. And every pundit that watched it. So, whatever. Okay. But will the Supreme Court take it or not? And they may decide that they want to punt on that one. But if they do take it, how quickly will that move? So let's first look at Trump's options here. Will Trump, this will be for entertainment purposes only, the 4-carder, will Trump bring this case to the Supreme Court? He has until Monday. 4 of Wands. Yep, absolutely. This is the moment he's been looking for. Yeah, he's going to bring it to the Supreme Court. Yeah, he literally has been planning for this. He is intended for this immunity case to go to the Supreme Court all along. It's all been part of the plan. He's going to talk about it. He's look at all these wands here. There's going to be a lot of messaging on it. He has to move quickly, mind you, but he plans on bringing it on there. And then there's going to be a bunch of messaging. And he's going to be trying to send messages to the Supreme Court members. All wands. 10 of Wands. Yep. Bring it to the Supreme Court. Absolutely. He's going to have to do it quickly. 3 of Wands. This waiting for your ship to come in. This is literally the quid pro quo card as far as that goes. It's like, I'm waiting for the favor to come in. I've given you favors. I helped put you on this. You're going to help me with this. You're going to help me get away with murder here and crimes because I helped you put on there. And in some ways, he's going to try and make things difficult on the court. Or this might be a difficult decision for the court, but absolutely he's bringing it quickly, looking for favors. It's a burden. I don't think he expects to win, but he wants to win because he wants to get away with it. It's going to be a tough one, though. Now, mind you, the court is stacked 6-3 in favor of conservative judges versus liberal judges, but you're talking about absolute immunity here. And if you're a justice, Supreme Court justice, and the president has absolute immunity, well, then he doesn't have to really have any Supreme Court justices now, does he? That whole SEAL Team 6 thing, that's really going to come back and bite you in the butt. All right. Will the Supreme Court find 5 votes to hear this case? Will the Supreme Court take on this case? They need 5 votes or more to take it on. Now, show your hands who wants to take this case. It seems unlikely, but part of that 3 of Wands might be taking that case in there to help Trump delay the Jack Smith case that much longer. Let's see. But honestly, what's there to rule on? Okay, will the Supreme Court take on this case? Yes or no? 9 of Wands. Oh, they don't want to. Oh, do they not want to? And not another Trump case. Oh, God. All 9 of them. You know what this tells me? This is a no, and it's going to be unanimous no. Let's see if the cards hold down on that one. Here's Jack Smith in that case. He's got a solid case here, and they know the answer. They know the answer is no. There's no absolute presidential immunity, because if you have that, then you're a king, and you may not be a benevolent king. Basically, you can murder anybody you want to. All your political enemies. Lover's card, Queen of Swords. Oh, wow. Page of Pentacles. They don't want to take this case. They need to work on the messaging with it. Or more to the point, they don't want to take it because there's really no value in it. The Lover's card's an interesting one. To me, this, when I first saw it, it's like, okay, is this doing Donald Trump a favor? But honestly, what I think this is they're going to look at it and say that, of course, a president doesn't have absolute immunity. Only God has absolute immunity. But more to the point, the D.C. Court of Appeals did such a good job on this that presidents aren't kings, that there's really nothing for us to add to it. King of Swords and Queen of Swords. There is just, it's cut and dry. They're not kings. It's really cut and dry on this one. What that tells me, it's going to be unanimous no on taking up this case. Not a damn one of them is going to want to take up this case. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Just for the reasons on that, there's just no value in it. There's what nuanced point are you going to miss about SEAL Team 6 coming out to take out your political opponents? Okay. How is Trump going to react to the Supreme Court's decision about taking his case or not? This will be a kind of a confirmation thing. How will Donald Trump react to the Supreme Court's decision whether or not to take his immunity case? 7 of coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I put 6 of you on there. Where's my 7th? He's going to look at the value of it. This is not him reevaluating his value system. It's like he's waiting for that response. He's waiting for the return on his investment type of thing. Cross with the High Priestess. What's underneath the Page of Cups? QAnon MAGA craziness. He's waiting for the return on his investment. It's like he's expecting... The High Priest is about wisdom and answering questions, getting answers to questions that you need to ask. So, in some ways, he's kind of delusional because he thinks that because there's 6 conservative justices on there, that they're going to do something wise, which is give him absolute immunity. And it's not based in any kind of reality whatsoever. This is supposed to be a card of wisdom, but I think it's basically, with this underneath it, this is foolishness. He foolishly thinks they're going to take it. In the past, we have the 8 of Cups, the emotional going away card. Okay, this is Trump. He still thinks the election's stolen. That's why, He thinks they should take it because the election's stolen. He believes that lie. It forced him to leave the White House and face all the current political peril that he's in. Magician. Now, I was asking how he's reacting, but it's telling me how he's feeling right now, not how he's reacting. The Magician card. And that, the Supreme Court can magically help this go away, because if the Supreme Court says yes, you can do anything you want, and you can't be held accountable, all his court cases go away, and he saves all his money. Current situation, he's already got one judgment from the Supreme Court for Colorado. Well, he hasn't had it yet, but he has a pretty good feel for it. And now he's waiting the judgment from the Colorado. I guess it's going to be the outcome card. It's going to tell me how it feels. He's waiting for that judgment. He knows they can save him. He's waiting for that judgment. Look at all these major arcana here. And more. Lesson to be learned, it's the end of the line. This is the end. It completes a cycle. Again, if they rule that Trump is above the law, then that ends all of his political problems. If they rule that he's not above the law, then the political cases keep coming, and he's basically toast. Now comes Seven of Wands. No. Seven of Wands. This isn't a victory card per se. This is having to continue fighting. It's fighting from advantage, but it's fighting. Which tells me that he still has to fend, after the Supreme Court decision, he's still fending off cases. He would not need to fend off cases if they take this up. Where's my Seven of Wands? I'm going to leave that one out. I'm going to throw... Well, let's throw just three clarifiers from the top of the deck. What does this card mean? Does that mean they take it or they don't take it? There's that Nine of Wands. They don't want it. It's too difficult a case. And then there's that bias of... okay, I'll leave the bias alone. Nines. They don't want it. It's too difficult. Can we agree that this brings no value to the courts? No. He's going to have to fight his court cases. The Supreme Court is not going to take this case. They've already given him a gift with Colorado, or they're going to give him a gift with Colorado. The Supreme Court is not going to take this case. Trump's going to have to continue to fight his court cases that he is so wonderfully deserved. Okay. All right, I might as well ask. Okay, so will the Supreme Court allow Donald Trump to get back to Colorado, since we're going down the Supreme Court way? They've already listened to oral arguments. I think I already read on this one. Yeah, I did that yesterday. I was grumpy. I'm less grumpy today. Maybe I'll get a better read on it. Colorado and those other states. There's the burden card again. God, he's just not kind to them, is he? Oh, there's the Nine of Wands again. Nope. Getting away with it. Death card. The Devil. I think it's just describing him in general. The Ten of Wands underscored by the Devil. There's your theft, not wanting to go through this again, bringing the case to a close. When it comes to Trump in the Colorado case, there's too many. Making a decision to keep him off the ballot will make it seem like you're trying to steal the election for the Democrats. Now, it doesn't really matter in a blue state. You could kick Biden off of all the deep red states and it wouldn't make a difference. You could kick Trump off the deep blue states. It wouldn't make a difference. It's the swing states like the 7 or so swing states, that's the problem, because then what you've opened up is the pathway to preventing a fairly elected president, because there's 7 battleground states that if they kick off a candidate for not qualifying for the ballot, you effectively at that point are handing the election over to somebody else. Now, the whole point of this is that you're not supposed to commit insurrection against the United States. So there's always that, but that's kind of how they're looking at it. And I guess maybe they're being realistic and understanding the dirty tricks that are going out there and just the level of craziness. This is ridiculous. I really don't like this logic, because it's not applying the 14th Amendment Section 3. But again, maybe the 14th Amendment Section 3 needs another amendment to explain what it means, because the plain text is maybe too plain. So what's gonna happen? Trump is going to bring his case before the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court's going to say, no way, Jose. Trump is absolutely expecting them to take it, and they're not going to, and then he's going to need to continue his variety of court battles. And then, again, the Supreme Court looks like they'll deliver Trump a victory in the other case so that he stays on the ballot in Colorado. And they're going to use the argument that something about, elections could be stolen through nefarious means by kicking people off the ballot. Let the people decide. It's going to be something like that. Anyways, we'll leave it there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, round 2 of this video, at least part of it anyways. Thank you for supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for everything you do that feeds the YouTube algorithm so my video makes it out to a wider audience. And to the people recently discovering this channel, welcome. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.